Hey vinyl lovers, welcome back to Vinyl Latte. Today we're going to be diving into a serious piece of hi-fi gear, the Sutherland Dos Locos, a dual mono transimpedance phono amp that's designed to take low output moving coil cartridges to a whole new level. Now the thing is, this isn't just about clean detail playback, it's about unlocking every ounce of music from your vinyl and doing so with absolute precision. But here's the catch, it's $9,800. Ouch. So what makes this phono stage worth that kind of money, and how does this stack up against Sutherland's Little Loco? Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Most phono preamps work by amplifying small voltage from your cartridge and applying the right EQ curve. But the Dos Locos flips that concept on its head. Instead of amplifying voltage, it takes the current output from your cartridge and converts that into voltage. That means it operates at a near zero input impedance, letting your cartridge deliver signal without any electrical resistance in the way. Now, why does that matter? Well, this approach eliminates a ton of noise issues. It gives you an insane detail retrieval, better dynamics, and crazy black backgrounds. I'm talking about total silence before the music hits. But here's a catch. It only works with low output moving coil cartridges, and even then, only those with coil impedances below about 20 ohms. So if you're using a moving magnet cartridge or a high output moving coil cartridge, this isn't for you. The Dos Locos is all about purity. Instead of cramming everything into one box, you get two complete separate units, one for each channel. That's what we call a true dual mono design, which eliminates crosstalk and keeps the signal totally independent from left to right. On the back, there are two sets of RCA inputs and outputs per channel. That means you can hook up two turntables or two cartridges at the same time. And there's no switch because in a transimpedance design, whichever cartridge is playing automatically takes over. Now there's also no load settings to mess with. Now that might seem weird if you're used to adjusting load impedance on a Phono Preamp, but here it's just not necessary. Your cartridge is always seeing 0 ohms, which is exactly what this circuit was designed for. The Dos Locos sounds superb, combining the expected strengths of a transimpedance stage with musicality and ease that surprises many listeners. First off, the noise floor is just basically non-existent, and when you drop that needle, there's just blackness. And when the music starts, every detail, every breath, ambience, reverb, trails, all of that just pops. Imaging is laser precise. Instruments just don't float in the mix, they have real space around them. And if you close your eyes, the speakers just disappear. It's like the band is right there in the room with you. And unlike some ultra detailed solid state gear that can sound sterile and too clinical, the Dos Locos has soul. It doesn't just extract the detail, it makes the music feel alive. You get huge dynamics, punchy transients, and a mid-range that's ridiculously smooth and natural. Paired with the Hana Umami Blue, which is a low output moving cartridge, the bass was deep, tight, and completely controlled. Vocals had texture, and cymbals were crisp but never harsh. This thing balances high resolution and musicality in a way that's just hard to pull off. So I had an opportunity to audition as little brother, and while the Little Loco delivers in clarity and detail, in my system it leaned more towards the analytical side, lacking a bit of the dynamic energy and the fullness of its bigger brother. Now the Dos Locos improves on the Little Loco in every aspect. First off, it's more dynamic, natural, and emotionally engaging in its presentation. It has a bigger sound. There's more of a three-dimensional sound stage with greater warmth. And with its dual mono chassis design, you're getting far superior channel separation. And of course, it comes with an improved power supply and component choices for better overall refinement. For those on a budget, the Little Loco remains an excellent choice. But for those seeking the ultimate transimpedance experience, the Dos Locos is just in another league. Now, with every product, there's always pros and cons. Let's break down the pros and then we'll get to the cons. So here are some of the pros. You have an ultra low noise floor. It's dead silent. There's incredible detail, retrieval, and imaging. There's a huge soundstage that's really super immersive. It's lively, engaging sound with rich tonality, true dual mono design for zero interference, and there's no need for cartridge loading and having to deal with all those extra settings. The cons are, well, the big one and the first one is it's expensive. $9,800 is serious money for a lot of folks, and it only works with specific low output moving coil cartridges. There's no power switch. It's designed to stay on 24/7, which can be a problem for some users, and it comes with 2 separate boxes, taking up a lot more space in your rack. So is the Dos Locos perfect? Well, not for everyone, but if you got the right cartridge in the right system, this thing is an absolute beast. So who's this for? Well, if you got a low output moving coil cartridge and you want the cleanest, most detailed, and most engaging phono stage possible, the Dos Locos is insane. It takes transimpedance design to a whole new level, giving you next level resolution without sacrificing musicality. And yeah, it's expensive, but for the vinyl diehard who wants no compromises, it's one of the best phono preamps on the market. And if you have the system behind it, or really in front of it as well, then this is almost one that should be right on top of your short list to audition. And if you're already using a Little Loco, but you feel like you want something that adds more warmth, maybe some more depth or impact to your music, then this is an upgrade I think you should consider. So what do you think? Would you drop $9,800 on a phono stage? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more vinyl content, and I'll see you on the next video.